Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for viewing this video. My name is Atengwesi Mdende. I am a lecturer, a content creator, and I'm also a student. I would like to be creating content around education or how to be transitioning for your career if you just finished school. So basically, I want you guys to subscribe if you're looking for information that is about scholarships, that is about anything related to academia, starting from when you are actually in high school, still applying for going to university. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Years ago in 2013, I was in one of the schools in the Eastern Cape. I was lost about what I wanted to do for my career, and what I did was simply applying to two universities that I thought, okay, I might stand a chance here. But one of the mistakes that I made was to just apply for any course that came to mind at the time, or anything that was my interest at the time. For some, it starts really early. It really depends on the education that you got. If you're lucky enough, even before you start high school, if you have a passion or something that you feel like you're good at and you want to study towards, you then select subjects that align with that. So in my case, I didn't get that opportunity to choose quite early because for the most part, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And so when that time came in grade 12, where we were sending applications for whichever university where you want to study, that is when I started thinking about what I wanted to apply for. And one thing you should trust about high school pupils is that they really influence each other. So what happened was, most of my friends were like, we want to do geology. So we were just like so fascinated by this because we loved geography at school and we were passing it. I was one of the people who were also passing it very well. And so I was like, okay, why not? So if the whole squad is going for geology, why not me? And then I took my application form for an MMU and I applied for geology because I wasn't equipped enough with information at the time. I just decided to put whatever sounded fancy on the prospectus to be my second choice and my third choice, because I didn't understand that that is how university actually select you as a student that is coming to university. So I just put anything, and then also with my application at UWC, I was like, first choice is geology. We are going for this. We're doing this. I put geology. Second choice, I put BA because I was writing plays and small drama, sharing with my family as I was growing up. So I was like, okay, why not? Let me just do this. And those were two courses that I felt if I were to be selected by any university, then I would be able to pass those courses. And then I was accepted at NMMU, but unfortunately I was only accepted for my third choice, which was something that I didn't even really have more information about until I got there, and that was information systems. When I got there, they told me that I was accepted, and unfortunately I didn't get a res, and that meant that I had to look for my own accommodation or stay with a relative that is around. Another bummer was that NSFAS at the time, which was the only trusted way of studying if you don't have money and you don't have parents to sponsor you, my application needed to be only going through once I register, and therefore I would have to register with my own money, and you know that registration money is a lot, and therefore if you're still at that level with parents that are not working that much, then chances are it's gonna be expensive for you. Hence, waiting for NRF or NSFAS to respond is the only way. So once that happened, I then looked at other options, which was UWC, because they also accepted me. And so I tried to contact WC, and at the time they had rejected my application, or at least that's what I thought was happening, because the only SMS that I got said that I was not accepted. And then when I found out later on, it wasn't a matter of I was not accepted, but it was I was not accepted for my first choice. And therefore, my application was taken to BA General, which is in the arts faculty, is known as Bachelor of Arts. And I was now going to be choosing from a number of subjects. And if I wanted to continue with creative writing or anything that has to do with writing, then I would actually have to take some of those courses. And so, because I also had limited knowledge as to what was happening, I was now going to be choosing from a number of subjects. And if I wanted to continue with creative writing or anything that has to do with writing, then I would actually have to take one of those courses or some of those courses. And so, because I also had limited knowledge as to what was happening, I quickly made rushed decisions. And because I was also like, the information systems that I was going to study at NMMU is just a diploma, and I didn't have a full understanding of what it was. I was like, okay, maybe let me go and study what I think I love, which is writing, and see how they can equip me in the course to be able to be my own writer, my own author, which is something I wanted to be at some point. And so I rushed, went to Cape Town. I did my first year and I passed. I had media studies, linguistics, and communication. I also had English and isiXhosa as languages that I selected. And I did my BA, completed it, but I had no idea what I wanted to do, because with the BA at the time that we were doing, it wasn't clear until you do a postgraduate course that kind of give you some specialty as to what you would be doing. That is why most students who actually study those modules, they end up taking a postgraduate diploma in education, or you go with media studies, or you go study journalism for another year somewhere else, or you do your psychology and then you proceed with postgrad, and then that's when you would be a psychologist. So because of that, I was very insecure about where I wanted to be for a long time. But once I got to third year, that is when I got offer of a scholarship that kind of shaped where I was going, which is what I'm grateful for today, because once I got that scholarship, I knew that I wanted to stay in the academia, be a lecturer. If I get an opportunity to do journalism and media studies, which is also my first love, I would then do those things, but stay in the process of becoming an academic so that I can also get scholarships. Because that's one thing that I realized, that once you get the first one and you know how to apply for the, chances are you won't be paying for your education. And so that is what I want to share with you with this channel, that it doesn't have to be hard. You just need to have quite a few skills that will make your application stand out compared to other strong candidates that are applying for those scholarships that you're applying for. So for this channel, I'll be sharing those tips. I'll be also sharing with you guys some of the scholarships that are happening from time to time. So I will share also traveling grants opportunities. I'll also share some of the international scholarships that are currently taking South Africans. I'll also share for those who want to study internationally how to get funding, as I am exposed to different sites and I have actually scored my own grants through these sites, and therefore knowing the process and the criteria criteria and how you can be eligible for this, I think that will be helpful for you. That is for university students. Then for high school, I would like to take you guys through my journey, but also at the same time cover some of the issues that you deal with on a daily basis, such as how do you even count your points, because some of you don't even know that. And also when you're counting your points and thinking about going to university, how do you choose a career, and what are some of the career paths that are actually in demand at the moment? Because if you're going to be choosing some of the courses that you hear about from the people around you, you might, by the time you finish your degree after 3 years, be studying for something that is no longer in demand, and therefore you would struggle to actually get a job. So things like that, as well as what are some of the courses because of technology again that are currently a hit at the moment and that are going to actually give you a salary that will make you motivated to go to work, right? And then also for those who are actually transitioning from university going to the workplace, I'll also share some of the recruitment agencies and information related to jobs, my experience in the industry, because I've worked a media house for 2 years, and I've also worked for colleges, I've also worked for universities as a lecturer, and some of the things that I've learned might be useful to you. I've also been retrenched before, unemployed. I've also had to consolidate some of my possessions so that I can be able to afford myself. I've also made some of the decisions that helped me to be able to live below my means and get back my finances in place. So I think if we stick together and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, we will learn a lot from each other. Thank you for watching, and I would like to see you next time on the next video that we will be doing, which I'm excited about, because that is where we're going to be sharing some of the opportunities that you can apply for when it comes to bursaries, scholarship for entering university, even grants that you can make use of that are available in faculties as you arrive in universities. And then I'll also be talking about postgraduate funding, and then later on in another video we'll be getting through some tips of how to apply and actually get these fundings that I'm talking about. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.